science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. She joins us from our Ottawa studio. Jennifer, what does this day mean to you? I mean, in light of all that you're trying to do to bring change to little girls?
This is one of my absolute favorite days of the year. I think it is a phenomenal opportunity for us to recognize how much progress has been made, and for Actua, it's about recognizing amazing women who are at the forefronts of science and technology, but also a really important time for us to stop and recognize that we still, as you mentioned in your intro comments, we still have a lot of work to do. So it's an important day.
All right, so let's talk about those challenges. What are young girls and women facing in terms of getting into fields of science, technology, and engineering?
Well, we know that the numbers of women in these fields are still very, very low, under 20%. And when we look at leadership positions in these areas, that number goes even lower. And that doesn't make sense on many different levels. And what we know at Actua is that that problem actually starts very early on. So this isn't just about women not being equally represented in the workforce in science and technology. We know that girls as young as grade 4 and 5 are having challenges and not viewing themselves in these fields in the future. And that's why the work that organizations like Actua and others are doing to make sure that girls have positive experiences early on and see themselves in these fields is so critically important.
Jennifer, what's an example? I mean, how do you change that attitude in the classroom for a little girl?
So what Actua does across the country is we get girls engaged at a young age in experiences that show them why science and technology matters, how science and technology is part of their lives, how it relates to things that are important to them, but most importantly, how they can use science and technology to change the world in the future, because that really resonates. That resonates with all of us, but that really resonates with young girls. So we want them to see the important role that they have to play in these fields in the future, and that's a really important conversation that we need to have with girls really early on.
Jennifer, I know that your organization received a $10 million grant from the Government of Canada specifically for your CAN coding program. I mean, how vital are these skills for the next generation of women?
So we're seeing the rapid proliferation of technology everywhere. It's impacting every aspect of our lives. So the federal government recently announced $50 million to support coding and digital skills programming for youth. Actua was a very fortunate recipient of that, and we're going to use that funding across the country in 500 communities to get kids engaged in building the kind of skills that we know are going to be necessary for the future, regardless of what jobs are out there. And this is especially critical for girls who we know are already starting to fall behind in the development of digital skills. And why this is so critical is because this isn't just about more girls becoming computer scientists and computer engineers. This is digital skills will affect every single future career path. So we need girls to be prepared, but we also need their voices at the table. We simply will not achieve our full innovation potential as a country unless we have women and girls' voices represented.
Jennifer Flanagan is the CEO of Actua. Have a wonderful Women's Day.
Thank you. Happy International Women's Day to you too.
Thank you. The Bank of Canada will unveil a new $10 bill today issued to honor civil rights leader Viola Desmond. Now,